Okay, guys, I have been figuring up some things about pre-tribulation times. In the Bible, it says 7 years is a time of tribulations. And I started figuring up something about the 7 years. Every 7 years, there has been something major occur on that date. So in 1995, I looked up the and every 6th year too. I'm gonna talk about that too. But every 7 year mark is like the 1995 was the Oklahoma City bombing. Then in 2002 was a Sabarmati train burning. Then which was, several people dying. And then in 2009 there was three major earthquakes that year, then that killed people. And then another 7 years was 2016, which was when Trump took office. It's a big major deal. And then 7 more years is 2023. We've already had the Turkey and Syria earthquake that killed several thousands of people then. But I'm going to talk to you about something about what I figured up about the year 2023 after I tell you about the every 6 years. So every 6 years from 1995 is like 2001 was the World Trade Center killing. 2008 was the UK earthquake that killed several people. Also, another three major earthquakes that year that killed several people. 2015, I don't have anything figured up on that one yet, but I'm going to get it on there. I think it was where tensions rise for possible world war, or they invaded something. I think that's what it was on 2015. And then 2022 was tensions rising about World War again. So something significant there, and I think people have died in war since the last year in Ukraine. So that was another thing that was significant about 2022. Now, every 3 years has been something random too. And I figured it backwards. So from 2023 was 2020, which was COVID-19 killing a mass load of people. Then 3 years back from that was 2017 when Trump took office on 1/1 of 2017, which is actually a 3-day, and I'll get into that here in a little while too. 3 years prior to that was the Ebola West Africa mass killing. 3 years prior to that was a nuclear disaster in Fukushima. Then 3 years prior to that was the UK earthquake that I was talking about that was on 2/27 of 2008, which is also a 3-day. 3 years prior to that was Bush's second presidency. Also, the Pope Benedict the something or other was elected on 4/19 of 2005 that year. Also, it was the Java Bali blackout as well, and each one of those dates equal 3, 6, and 9. Then you go back 3 more years was the Sabarmati train burning. Look how it falls back into that. And that's as far as I got on figuring that up. 1999 was the Columbine shooting. And there was 3 mass earthquakes that year as well. Have you noticed the symbolism of the 3 there? Now we're going to get to Ascension. I have been figuring up. It's been 1,990 years since Jesus Christ died on the cross. On April 13th, 33, which was an Orthodox Easter. It is 3 days following that. So that falls on the 16th. But anyway, if you figure up 1,990 years, that equals 23,880 months, which equals 3. And then if you take that times the days, that's 871,620 days, which equals 6. Take that times 24 hours, that's 209,188. Wait, hold on. I think I'm, okay. 209,188,800 hours, which equals 9. Then you take the seconds. I'm doing this literally to the seconds. It's 1,255,000,000, wait, no. 12,551,328,000 seconds equals 9. Okay, I know this is a lot to think about, but I want to talk about something here in a minute. The solar eclipse this year falls on 4/19 of 2023, which is a 3-day, if you add it up in numerology. The coordinates for those location of the actual eclipse at the time of the eclipse is 9 degrees 36 dash south. I don't know what that part is. I think it may be miles. Then it's also 9.6 degrees south, 125.8 east degrees. Something significant there, but the 9 and 6s are significant, and it's 30 miles, literally 30 miles from the max bandwidth. So I'm going to talk about Jesus again. He died on 4/13 of 33. At the age of 33, he preached for 3 years and did miracles for 3 years. The time of death was 1533, and there was a lunar eclipse on 4/3 of 33. Some significance there. So lunar, solar, right? I'm talking about the next 9 days being very specific for ascension, right? Because 4/10 of 2023 is a 3-day in numerology. 4/13 of 2023 is a 6-day in numerology. 4/16 of 2023 is a 9-day in numerology. And 4/19 of 2023 is a 3-day in numerology. Now, what I want to talk about, that's every 3 days. It's one or the other, 3, 6, or 9. The universal code, right? So what is that telling you about this year and all the natural disasters that are going on, all these major events that have been going on every 7 years for eons, especially since 1995 that I figured out? Every 3 years, there's something significant that happens, all about surrounding death and natural disaster and famine and loss. That's all in the prophecy of the Bibles and tribulations. You know, there are people that talk about we would go through the tribulations before the rapture, and there are some people that say the rapture will happen before the tribulations. I do not believe that. I think we've been facing these tribulations for many, 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 many years. Because, you know, people, they get used to it. Oh, that's just a natural disaster. That's just a natural disaster. Well, here's something different about this year. The planets are aligned. The stars are aligned. And the solar eclipse is on 4/19 of 2023. Everything equals 3, 6, or 9 on all of this. The date, from the date that he died on the cross to the day of his actual dying on the cross, like to 4/13 of this year, will be the same amount of time. I figured it up to the date if you go by Orthodox Jewish tradition. Everybody wants to go by Easter date, which is a pagan religion, which is fine. That's okay. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying if you go by the actual Jewish tradition, which Jesus's chosen people are Jews, what does this tell you? I'm telling you, the next 9 days are very, very specific. Pay attention to each and every moment. and watch the news. Actually, they're not even covering the news. Watch YouTube and look up natural disasters every single day. Earthquakes, tornadoes, hailstorms. Hailstorms is in the Bible. It talks about hailstorms. And everybody thinks, oh, it's fireballs. No, it's actual hail storm coming from the sky. That's what they talk about. So just pay attention. It's happening all over the world. We've got a huge cyclone or typhoon that's going to hit around Australia in the next week. That's going to directly affect all the weather for the United States as well. So I'm telling you, this is something significant, and we need to be paying attention. I mean, hell, Canada was frozen iceberg not too long ago, and millions of people were out of electricity. Brazil, Turkey, and Syria having mass floodings after their earthquake. I'm just talking like, the signs are here, and I feel like it's very important for Ascension. And just, pay attention. That's all I can say. Pay attention. I'm not asking you to get on your knees and pray to God. I'm asking you to focus on your spiritual growth and not so much of the obstacles of this world. Because in a few days or even a week or months from now, it probably won't even matter because of all the natural disasters that are going on right now.